Alrighty guys, so today we're going to go over the new Steam tablet. You heard me right. Why did I say Steam? Because I actually figured out a way that you can play your Steam titles on this tablet, or you could even use cloud gaming with Xbox. So one thing I think is pretty neat about this, so we got the Samsung Galaxy Tab S10 Plus. One of the reasons I made this video is because I know that the RAM is going up in all of the PC builds and for all the consoles. So if you want to be able to kind of start migrating over to PC, this might be a way for you to do it, to start putting games in your library before you actually do that. Beautiful. Now, one thing that's actually really cool about this, you can actually get these guys from your phone carriers directly. And one thing that I think is super cool about that is that means that you can also have 5G built into this device. So this is going to kind of change the game for you. I know a lot of times when we talk about cloud gaming or on-the-go gaming, you're using a mobile hotspot from your phone. Well, what if you didn't have to use a mobile hotspot? Exactly. Alrighty guys, so one thing that I was going over is the cloud gaming that you can use with Xbox. They do allow you to game at 1440p, but it is currently locked at 60 frames per second. So to go ahead and utilize this Samsung Galaxy tablet to its full capability, we went ahead and downloaded GeoForceNow. And if you guys actually go ahead and look, right now they have a Black Friday special. Normally it's $29 for the monthly subscription. Right now you can get 3 months for $10 each. So that's a pretty crazy deal. I think it's really smart so you can kind of see what you're working with here. So essentially with this program, you're going to be able to essentially log in to a high graphics PC and you're going to be able to stream your games from there directly. So when you look at it here, in my library, we have 2 of 5 accounts synced. That means we have our Microsoft and we also have our Steam account library. Alright guys, so what's really cool about this is if you're in the process like I am, you might have came from console, you've had console for a really long time, and maybe the biggest reason you didn't jump over to PC is because you didn't want to ditch your library behind. I get it. This is going to be something that's actually really amazing. If you're on Xbox or you're on PlayStation, you already know you're paying monthly for your monthly subscriptions regardless. So I had somebody ask me, could you really do good gaming with this, competitive gaming with this, and maybe not have a system? And the answer before was absolutely not. But the answer today is absolutely yes. When you're in the settings here at Call of Duty, we're looking at 120 frames per second. So now this is pretty cool because if you're thinking about it, right? If you're on a Steam Deck, for example, the OLED is going to be maxed out at 90 frames per second when you're playing on this type of handheld mode. So really cool. And another thing about this that I really like is a lot of people thought that if you hook this up to Samsung decks that you can only get 60 frames per second, but actually that's not true. There's a way to get around it.